All right, what is up, guys? So today, we're not gonna be doing arms, back, chest, or legs. Before, I would do legs because usually my split goes. It would be arms, back, chest, and legs. So four different muscles, and then basically it would just repeat back into arms and etc. But I noticed that my legs take a lot more longer to fully recover before I can actually push the weight more, hit some new weights, get some more reps, get some a better quality of hypertrophy going on for the session. So gap is like 6 to 5 days. So far, I the last time I did legs was on Monday. Right now it's Saturday, so it's been Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 5 days. Tomorrow we can do legs. Actually, they do feel a lot better than before. They're not super sore, but still I'm not gonna undershoot or overshoot the gaps that we're supposed to do because I did that before and it wasn't too good. I undershoot it. I was like, nah, my legs feel fine. And when I went to do my normal weights, I couldn't even lift it properly. The legs take longer to recover. It's a bigger muscle too. We are gonna do pretty much forearms today, and we could do shoulders. But really, my primary focus today is more on the transitions when we get to the cut. So I'm going to be doing a lot more abs today. And as for aesthetic reasons, it would be forearms. But basically, we're hitting muscles today that you don't normally primarily would hit when you go to the gym. So, yeah, let's do that. All right. So let's start with 15 pounds to do good. To do us some justice. I'll basically just be, because there's really two sides to the forearm. There's this, which I can't even remember the name right now, and there's this side. There's just two primary sides. I know one of them is called extensor. I think this is the extensor, and this one's called whatever. But yeah, we'll basically work right now on the inner, then the extensor. But when we get to the cables, that's when the extensor will play in more. Forearms is something that I'm gonna have to train rigorously, like if I'm doing calves. Even though forearms are more genetics, I mean, if you either have big forearms or you don't. I don't have big forearms, but that's still no excuse to not be able to grow them. I mean, it's better to have, I guess you could say, somewhat big forearms than have little forearms. But yeah, I should train forearms like an arm wrestler because if I do that, shit, my forearms are gonna double in size. Yeah. There's this one guy on YouTube. I forget what his name is, but I think he's Russian. Not Andre. Not Andre Smyev. But there's another. He's younger. He has big forearms. Should be really train them all day. My left is the weakest. You can kind of even tell by the way how I'm moving it. I need to get stronger. My left arm in general is just weaker compared to my right. You guys can see that on my biceps. But the weirdest thing is like it's really this whole part. But my triceps no. My triceps are about the same size. think I'll move it to a 20. I have gotten stronger. I remember starting these, doing it with this left was not excruciating, but it was a little bit of a challenge. We are in the first set though. Kind of have to see until we get to the third set. I have a different opinion. Because I notice, this is my opinion, but I notice, well, the people who have really the biggest forearms I've seen have been arm wrestlers. And when I see them training, it's more of a reps. I just see them repping a lot of reps, like 25 reps. So, weight plays like in anything, but it's most of all the reps. Just what I see, that's all. I don't have big forearms, but this is what I see. You know what? I kind of want to see this. It's like brief fatigues. 25s. I'm not so sure. I'll try with the 25, but it's just gonna be annoying with the left arm. No. I usually do more sets for these. For forearms. Around 5. Yeah, 5 should do it. It'd be different if I've been kind of training forearms almost every single day, then I would drop the sets in total. But since, I mean, you indirectly do forearms with any sort of exercise, but even so, when it's not your primary, I think, in my opinion, you do need to already strike more frequency. And as time goes on, you kind of just measure it out, whether you modify it and stuff. No. Let's just do the 25s then. Because really, it should be this. Because if you, it's all about this. This is what's flexing it. This would be here. And this would be here. I mean, it seems dumb because, well, they're not really. I like how the pressure is like transferring all the way to the other arm. Because when I'm holding in, this whole arm just gets veiny. Not too much here. That's 4 sets. Yeah, we'll do one more. Not bad. It's like you do 1,000 reps of just. No. All right, 25. Where are you? Damn it! Come on. If I can just. No. Yeah, obviously the more the forearm is just laid out like this without being too elevated, the more activation there's gonna be. But not that bad. I mean, they're warm right now. I can feel that. So that's a good thing. So we're gonna do something here. I don't know what they're called, but I saw an arm wrestler do it. Uh, we're gonna be doing these. It looks effective. I've done these before. I just haven't shown you guys. I don't think these are bad. No, it's actually a better one than these. Sounds kind of dumb, but believe me, the littlest difference makes a big difference. Here we go. The more tension you can place, the better. I mean, even resistance on letting it go like this, still applying tension, makes the pump even bigger. So I like to do these. I'll explain in a bit why I do it with this. Let me drop this. Yeah. So before, I remember when I first did these, I would just use it with a easy curl bar for the cables, but I did not like it because it's just a lot more tedious to do the twisting. And if you're doing forearms, the twisting is the key. You need to twist all the time. That's why I like to use this grip, because this is just covered by a rope and you can just twist as much as you want. Which is the other reason why I don't like to use the metal ones, because the metal ones are too clanky and it fucks up the twist. The only annoying thing is in doing these, your hand doesn't exactly fit, at least for me. So my pinkies have to stick out, and so this rope just rashes it a bit. But it's what it is. Hopefully in the future, and there is, I'm sure, I need to get more like arm wrestling equipment that's more tailored for forearm training. That's one of the things that I think about bodybuilding that, like, in my opinion, bodybuilding's all about art. It's not like a sport. In my opinion, it's just my opinion. So it is really cool to have like a multi cross-disciplinary approach when you do things. Whether you blend in arm wrestling or any other sort of activity, you can get just that type of style. Bro, you're gonna stand out. You're gonna have a brand if you do that. And that's why you got Arnold and all these guys, because you gotta have creativity. Just listen to yourself. Vroom, vroom. It's like twisting a motorcycle. Titanium motorcycle. It's one of the things you kind of have to find the angle a little bit, because if I'm like this psychologically, I don't feel it so pronounced. But if I'm more here, I don't have an exact reason, but I just feel it more all of a sudden, even though there's no difference. Psychology. You know what? I'm kind of curious to do this with the rope. It's gonna be a bit weird, but I just want to see. Technically, yeah, like this. Nah. I just feel the delts a little doing that. Let's just use this. Hold up. I have an idea. Are you using this? Okay. Big brain. Big brain time. There we go. It is easier though. Baby reps or not? Baby reps on the forearms. That's a new one. Let me. Yeah, we'll do one more. Well, counting the superset that we've done pretty much 3 exercises for forearms, but I usually do 4. And then even for the 4th exercise, I'll do 4 sets. So that's a total of like 16 sets for just forearms, basically. Because after this, we'll be doing this, but in that position. I prefer a million times more doing it here than a free dumbbell. There's a lot more control, and so the activation is way, way better, in my opinion. Doing it with the rope, just going like this, like I don't know, just kind of Call of Duty style, flashlight gun. It's kind of a weird example. That's kind of the only thing I can think of when it comes to this. You're just, well, I mean, basically this. I'm sure this is too heavy. Probably is. All right, baby reps. I guess. I don't know. I didn't like that. If I can just keep this straight. Shit. All right, let's move on to the next one. I think 50 pounds should be good for the starting. But honestly, I don't know. Yeah, this doesn't look bad. Oh wait, my bad. No, no, because if we do that, we're gonna be working triceps. I already know from experience. It's actually shit. All right. Vroom, vroom. Well, that's the goal, to get on one of those. What's his name? Hell Rider. Yeah, Hell Rider. No sleeves. Hands on wheel. Just do this. It's like each time just gets double the size. It's one of the things too. Like if you do biceps, these two fingers, this and this, are very important. The more you squeeze this, the more the nerves connect. Those nerves that are connecting within the bicep, it's just a bit more of a flex. So you guys know what I mean. The more the flex of something when you're repping it, the bigger that muscle is going to get. 12 reps or 15 reps. So I try to, even with the bars or dumbbells, it's like squeezing it in. That's why when you hear Arnold, he actually talks about this. He would have more weight on the inner side than the outer. That way it was harder for him to come up. But, the harder it is, the fibers are basically popping. And you flex it out, the more you pop. Well, it's not so different with forearms. Only that or what I feel, it's not, these two, because that's the bicep. This finger, these two. Not to roast the modern day guys, but that's why the modern day bodybuilders don't have the quality of biceps as the golden era had, because they don't pay attention to that stuff. A lot of people are thinking about how to get their backs bigger and their legs, which is definitely important, but you should not ignore any body part, especially the biceps. Had symmetry. All right, that's too heavy. I do have to research that, but I think, like, if you're doing this, because they're like these little, I guess you can call them gadgets. I don't fucking know, but they're like for forearms, but a lot of them are mostly like finger movements. I don't know the fact of it, but I think applying more of that just creates, because there are little muscles in the forearms, and one of the important things too is to grow this part, because this is what's actually lacked, and I'm not gonna lie, that's what lacks for me. This is already bigger, but if I can get this part as big as this, it makes a huge difference in illusion. Yeah, absolutely. Makes your arms look way bigger. Shit. Let's do abs. And after for abs, I like to do hanging leg raises. Then we'll do decline crunches. And then cable ab crunches. I think that's what they're called. This is giving me even though my arms are not that size, but just as the stance, like it reminds me of Sergio Oliva. Like when you see those old photos of him and Arnold, because Sergio always does like a front double bicep like this. It looks so cool though when he does it. In fact, he actually does one pose. I think it's like this. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, I think he does one where it's, I don't know, it's something like that. He's cool when he does it. Pretty good.